And of course, we're going to start with a few updates. Not so much intel this week. Things are, shall we say, of a very sensitive nature, but we'll have a message for those who wish to play games shortly. So, the clowns and their fear porn barrage has ramped up again in the alt media, and I feel I need to address this before we go into the show. The David Goldberg deathbed audio, when broken down, is a loop rerun of the Jade Helm bullshit back in 2014. It's all there. Check for yourselves. Millions of Americans to die. Check. Guillotines. Check. Death or concentration camps. Check. And anyone questioning their narrative. Check. It's the same script. But this time it was a bit more, just a little bit more coordinated with those criticising Zionism. And the message in that is they have gone past the anti-Semitism and the Jewish people. Why? Because their cover is blown on that narrative is why. And in some part due to this show and also from Russia with Love. Now it's more defined. Don't criticise the Zionists or you will go to a death camp. Yeah, right. It's not going to stop me telling the truth, so you can make all kinds of threats that you like. I don't care. But they're doing this to create fear. Like I've said in several shows, they only have two things now. Fear and threats. That's all. They don't control anything anymore. On any level. Whether it's banking, whether it's the media. Why are they putting this out in the alt media? Because they're losing the narrative. So now, because shows like mine and some others have exposed their hidden mask, which was using the Jewish people to run their program. Now that's been stripped away and you're getting right down to the nitty-gritty and don't criticise Zionism because you're going to get rounded up and put in a death camp. No. And then we have the coronavirus. Ooh, we're all going to die again. Not. 168 people are sick with it out of 7.5 billion. It's not even a small village worth. And suddenly it's a global epidemic because of 168 people and let's all shit our pants again. No, again. Put it into perspective. 168 people out of 7.5 billion. Now, the irony of them using a virus to create fear now is not lost on me or Kim either. Why? Because we, the people, have created our own type of virus of how to be and how not to be, about life, not death, about sharing, not harvesting. And all they are another version of the copy and paste crew, who one day they will realise the real virus is them. No fear. It is they who are in fear. That's why they're putting out these messages to throw you into their level. Don't buy it. We've heard all these stories before, Edgar Casey prophecies and America's going to drown and the Russians are going to kill us and the Chinese and Ebola, H1N1, etc., etc., etc. Chemtrails another, 5G is another. Well, what about 4G or 3G or 2G or 1G? They didn't kill us, did they? And this is what people have to grasp. They're desperate. And all they're trying to do is throw you off balance. don't buy it. Look at the media. It's falling apart. They're covering more of our show now and trying to spin it than putting out anything that's valid or listenable to. The impeachment, like we said, is falling apart. It's not going to work. It can't. Everything's falling apart. Now, progress is still being made. A couple of things this week. And the message to the clowns, you know who you are, who keep blocking. It is your time you are wasting, not ours. You need funds more than we do. We know that. We can just sit it out and watch you wither away. The days of you controlling anything are over. Those times and timelines do not exist anymore. The new way is sharing, not controlling. And you need to get over yourselves and come as equals, or you face the consequences of such actions. That is not a threat from us. That is your reality, whether you do anything or you don't, just to be clear. You continue on your own path and you are going to wither away. Not us. We can wait.